Hey, this is Dave Ackerman, and this is how you can be funny tips. This is tip 20, doubting. I found a lot of people have been asking about school stuff, and so I'm doing more than one on school situations. The problem is nobody asked me very specific questions, so I just kind of got to invent the situation in my head. But this one is if you're in a class or if your boss is saying something and you act like you're that doubting guy, and you got to do a specific voice and action where you go, you know, and you like, professor, and you kind of raise your voice a little bit, like in tone, so it's a little higher pitched, and so you go, and then you go, like maybe they're teaching you about World War I and the Tanzania ship that got torpedoed and brought the United States into World War I, and so you go, or maybe actually you're learning about the Civil War, and your teacher or professor is teaching you that the Civil War was about ending slavery. And professor, are we supposed to believe that the Civil War was about freeing the slaves and not about the southern states seceding from the Union? I mean, that's laughable. And then you laugh like that, and you raise your, and then you go, proceed. I know that seems like a lot of work. But it's funny. Professor, are we supposed to believe that hydrogen cells will one day fuel our cars? Proceed. And you act like that wormy kid. This will be funny. Professor, are we supposed to believe that abstinence is a more effective form of contraception than condoms? And you just laugh about it. And you can agree with the professor or not, but if you want to be class clown, it's going to take some of that. I know that this tip was very, you know, you gotta be able to do this thing, but if you trust me, I'm like a Sherpa that's leading you to the top of Mount Everest, and being funny is the top of Mount Everest. And I'm your comedy Sherpa that's taking you along and carrying you up the mountain, and you're not gonna give me any credit in the end. So the least you could do is subscribe to my channel and comment.